Thank you. Thank you. And welcome to the dating game. And we'll get right underway. It's time to meet our first three eligible bachelors for game number one. And here they are. Good luck, gentlemen. Well, let's see. Bachelor number one is a successful photographer who got his start when his father found him in the dark room at the age of 13, fully developed. Between takes, he might find him skydiving or motorcycling. Please welcome Rodney Alcala. Rod, welcome.
You have all seen this clip, where it was revealed that a serial killer was a special guest on a dating game show, and as America watched, no one had any clue of who this man was. This man is Rodney Alcala, and at the time of doing this show, Rodney had already killed one woman in New York City, assaulted a 13-year-old girl in California, then murdered another woman in New York City. In 1978, Rodney James Alcala would appear on a dating show where a woman won the date with him but would turn it down because he was too creepy. Little did that woman know, she escaped a terrible fate 3 more women will sadly go through. Hello everyone, my name is Juby Scott, and today we are going to be looking at a serial killer who is most famously known as the dating game killer. I apologize for my voice if I sound a little raspy. I just started getting sick, literally today at the time of recording. But please, enjoy. This is Juby After Dark. Rodney James Alcala was an American serial killer and sex offender. He committed 5 murders in California in 1977 and 1979, and then another 2 kills in New York City in 1971. While he has been linked to a total of 8 murders, his true number of victims is unknown and could actually be as high as 130. At age 17, Alcala joined the United States military to become a paratrooper. He was disciplined on several occasions for assaulting young women. It is believed he was influenced by his commanding officer, as this officer would break countless orders and resisted authority figures. After seeing this for most of his time in the military, it is believed this is when Alcala began his crimes. After his time in the military, Alcala would go on to sexually assaulting 3 women. Morgan Rowan in July 1968. Who only revealed that she was attacked by Alcala after his death in 2021. Tali Shapiro, who was only 8 at the time of the attack, luring her into his car by saying, "I know your parents." She was found alive, but was sexually assaulted and beaten with a steel bar. She was in a coma for 31 days after the attack. Monique Hoyt was 15 years old. She was brought to some secluded mountains in California. He then tied her up, sexually assaulted, beat, and took explicit photos of the two having intercourse. She was able to escape when Alcala brought Hoyt to a gas station. She made a police report about the attack, but Alcala's mother had posted his bail. To avoid being arrested for his crimes in California, Alcala fled to New York City under the name John Berger. Fun fact about Alcala, he then began to work at the Blue Cross Blue Shield Association alongside serial killer Richard Cottingham, but both claimed they had no idea who each other were, nor is there any evidence that they knew each other prior to being arrested. June 12, 1971, TWA flight attendant Cornelia Crilly was found dead in her apartment in New York City. It is believed that when Cornelia was moving into her apartment, accepted Alcala's help in moving furniture. That was when he took her life. Her murder remained unsolved until 2011. For 40 years, it was unknown what happened to Cornelia. 2 months later, Alcala would be discovered and arrested and sent back to California for Shapiro's attack. But Shapiro's family had already moved her to Mexico and refused to have her testify in court against him. The police were only able to convict him of child molestation, and he was sentenced to 3 years in jail. Alcala would go to then murder Ellen Jane Hover after he got out. The only way they knew it was him who did it was because at the journal she had written that she had a meeting with someone named John Berger. At this time, the FBI had gotten an anonymous tip that the person who was arrested for Shapiro was going under a new name in New Hampshire. Although Alcala said he knew about Hover, They could not arrest him on the charges as they did not have the body at the time. Hoover's remains were eventually discovered, buried under heavy rocks near the Hudson River. In 1978, Alcala was a contestant on the popular show, The Dating Game. Host Jim Lange introduced him as a
Action number one is a successful photographer who got his start when his father found him in the dark room at the age of 13, fully developed. Between takes, he might find him skydiving or motorcycling. Please welcome Rodney Alcala. Rod, welcome.
A fellow Bachelor contestant later described Alcala as a very strange guy with bizarre opinions. Alcala won the competition and a date with the episode's Bachelorette, Cheryl Bradshaw, who subsequently refused to go out with him because she found him creepy. Criminal profiler Pat Brown, noting that Alcala killed at least 3 women after his dating game appearance, speculated that this rejection might have been an aggravating factor. One wonders what did in his mind, Brown said. That is something he would not take too well. Psychopaths don't understand the rejection. They think that something is wrong with the girl. She played me. She played hard to get. She wanted to live. Over the next year, Alcala would go to murder 5 more women. The last girl to die by his hand was Robin Sanso, a 12-year-old girl who disappeared riding her bike to ballet class. Sanso's friends told police that a stranger had approached them on the beach asking to take pictures. Detectives created a sketch of the photographer and Alcala's parole officer recognized him. During a search of Alcala's mother's house in Monterey Peak, police found a rental receipt for a storage locker in Seattle. In the locker, they found Sanso's earrings. Alcala was arrested in July 1979 and held without bail. In 1980, he was tried and sentenced for Sanso's murder. Then DNA was found from 2 women in Los Angeles. More additional evidence came in as well from another cold case, and soon 4 additional women were found to be linked to Alcala, adding on to his charges. While the court went back and forth with Alcala from 1979 all the way to 2003, he was never a free man again. No matter how hard he tried to plead innocence, in the end, he was charged with multiple rape charges and the murder of 5 women in the 1970s and 80s. Alcala died in prison in 2021, where it is still believed that his murder spree could have been anywhere from 5 to 130 people. So anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it's been a bit since we've done a Juby After Dark, just been very busy with all other projects that I'm working on, Discord-wise and just YouTube content-wise. But yeah, I'm going to try to keep doing these. I do still enjoy these. Plus, to be honest, they're on the easy side for me, so it gives me a little break 1 week if I'm feeling overwhelmed, like this week. Sorry I sound sick, I'm hoping I'll be better by the next video, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next week.